Who can tell me the difference between a heart word and a high frequency word? Who can tell me the difference between a heart word and a high frequency word? We've talked about this. Let's see, Cora.
Because heart words are different?
They are different. Heart words are words that you have to know by heart because they don't follow any rules, right? High frequency words are words that do follow the rules, but we want to learn how to spell them before we learn those rules, right? We use them a lot. Okay, so our next word, our word is from. Everybody say from. Everybody say from. Okay, so the word from is like, we use it in a sentence is if the boy is from Alaska, or I just came from the store. Everybody have you guys heard the word from before? Nod your head. You've heard the word from? Yeah. So we use it a lot. Okay, let's tap out from. Ready? Let's pound and tap. Ready, everyone? Pounders up. Oh, I should see more than that. I have 18 kiddos today, so I should see 18 fists. Ready? From. How many sounds do you hear in the word from? How many sounds? Let me see. How many sounds, Harper?
4.
4. So I should put 4 lines on my board. Good. What's my first sound that I hear? What letter goes with the first sound that I hear? Kinsley. Is it about what we're talking about right now? Then it can wait for later, okay? Zane.
F.
F. What about the next sound? The next sound we hear. So, Jackson. R. What about the next sound? What about the next sound? Caleb. You, we do hear you. Watch me though. If I put it up here with the lines, does anyone remember what that means? If I put it up there like that? Grace?
It's only the sound.
It sounds good. So it sounds like it should be the U sound. But does that mean it is?
No.
No. So what we'll find out later. Don't blurt it. And last sound that we hear. M. Okay, so from is a heart word. Is a heart word because where the U sound is, there is an O. From. This looks like it should say from, right? Or from.
Yeah.
You say I'm from.
No.
I just came from the house.
Mm-hmm.
No, we say from. So I'm gonna erase that, and I'm gonna put a little heart over the O because we just need to remember that we need to spell from with an O. Everybody stand up. We're gonna do some sky writing of the word from. So you're either tracing my letters here or you're tracing this. So watch, if I'm tracing, you're looking at the letter. There is. You can sky write it really big or you're tracing with your finger. Either way, I want to see you moving that body. Ready? So we're going to spell it 3 times. And after every time, we're going to underline it with you say the word. Ready? Let's go. From. F. R. O. M. From. Let's do it again with everyone this time. Ready? F. R. O. M. From. One more time, but I want to hear all the voices. Ready? Are we ready?
Yes.
F. R. Very nice. Sit down. Okay, so from. Are we ready for another one?
Yes.
Okay. And I will get a heart word wall up and running in a minute. Soon. And I will stick these on there so that we can see them and when we're writing we'll know them. But I haven't got there, so we'll get there. The next one, ready? This next one is the word word. The word word. Everybody say word. Do we hear that word a lot? Word? We do, don't we? So everybody say word. Okay, so this one, let's pound and tap. Ready? Oh, I really like how Caitlin's ready. Jackson's ready. I should see 18 kids ready. Okay, let's pound and tap. Ready? Word. Word. How many?
3.
We hear 3. Okay. Raise your hand. What's that? What sound comes first? What sound comes first? Rogelio. W. Goes with W. What sound or what letter goes with the sound? The next sound. Kinsley. R. We hear an R. So remember what this means. Word. Now I'm actually going to change this. So we haven't learned these rules at all. But what we're actually hearing is when we say if I say, what sound does the R make? Tell me. Does it make It makes a what? So we don't actually hear the R, just the R sound, even though you're right. We just haven't learned this yet. See? These are all covered up. So everybody say bird. Everybody say bird. That sound is cut. The spellings are all covered up because we haven't learned them yet. But usually,
I know that one.
we'll put it in like this where it says ER. But it's still, hands down. It still does not follow the rule. We haven't learned that, and we haven't learned this. This is a hard word because it just doesn't even make sense, right? What's the last sound we hear? What's the last sound, Grace? What is it?
D.
D. Okay, so instead of the ER or IR, we haven't learned the vowel R's yet. But instead of the ER, IR, or UR, that would make the sound, because those ones are the hidden ones that we haven't learned yet. It actually is OR. So, OR. Now, OR says or. Do we say ward? This is a fun ward? No. So is this a hard word? Is this a hard word or a high frequency word? Let me see hands. Raise your hand if you think it is a heart word. Heart word meaning it doesn't follow the rules, so we just need to know it by heart. Or a high frequency word, which means we need to know it before we learn the spelling rules, even though it does follow the rules. Raise your hand if you think it's a heart word. Raise your hand if you think it's a high frequency word. It is a heart word because it doesn't follow the rules. We don't say word, we say word. So everybody stand up. Let's trace that one again. Oh, everybody sit back down. Sit back down. Sit back down. Oh. Why do you think I had you sit back down? Why do you think? Caitlin? I heard a lot of talking and a lot of noises, so let's try that again. Thank you, Grace, for saying that you agree. Let's try that again, but this time let's try to stand up silently, like we are ready to trace that word and to skywrite it, okay? So let's stand up silently. Okay, ready? Fingers ready? How many times are we going to do it? 3 times. I should hear you saying those letters that go with that 3 times, and then you're underlining it, saying the whole word. So fingers up, ready to go? Oh, everybody should be doing it.
I gotta go to the bathroom really.
It's an emergency. Go quickly. Ready? Fingers up. Ready? Let's skywrite. Word W-O-R-D. Word. I should hear you. W.
O-R-D.
Oh, underline it. Word. W-O-R-D. Word. Okay, good. Sit back.